Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thursday I uploaded a tutorial on the Smokey eye and this is the makeup to accompany it. So this is the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas and this one is geared towards oily skin. You may have seen the rounded compact style one, that is for people with drier skin. You need the tiniest amount and that is enough for your entire face, believe it or not. It really does go a long way and that's what they recommend. So start at the centre of your face and then just work out, because this is the area that we tend to get the oiliest. It's where our pores and our sebaceous glands sit, so this is where we should concentrate, and then that way you know the majority of that rice size amount is going to be in the areas it's needed, and then you can just use what's left on your fingers and the little bits you've dabbed over to work that over the rest of the face, because we don't tend to get too oily here. Some people do, but the majority of people don't. And you can feel it almost makes your face go a little bit silky but grippy as well. It's so lovely, and it's just launched in the UK. There are a few places you could get it before, but it wasn't readily available, but now you can get it on the Tatcha UK website, but you can also get it on Space NK. So I'll link those below for you, whether you're in the US or the UK, I will link it. Pop in a small amount of my Eldridge Elevated Glow on the high points. I love this product. I've said it a number of times if you've watched my videos, but it's so good. It's got that kind of meshing ingredient, just makes the skin really nice and tight. So if you've got crow's feet or problematic skin in this particular area and you want a bit of a tightening effect, give this a go, because it's really nice, especially if you put it underneath foundation, because it gives you that glow from within. As you can see, it's very liquidy, so it just blends on like a serum, and then you get this glow on natural skin. Always put it on underneath your foundation, whether or not you're going to apply it over the top, because you can still use this over the top. The foundation I'm going to use today is the Light Reflecting Foundation by Nars. I've used this a couple of times, still not entirely sure if I love it, purely just because it still makes me look quite shiny, but I really want to like it, so I'm going to continue to use it. The windows are open, so you can hear some planes going over and cars going past, so I do apologise about the noise. So the shade I have is M2.5, which is medium, and it is available in 36 shades. I like to put it all over the skin in dots, because I feel like this just disperses the foundation a lot nicer. It means that the product's less likely just to kind of absorb all into the sponge before I get it onto the skin. So this foundation is a hybrid of makeup and skincare. It's very lightweight. It says it's a medium buildable coverage. I would say it's more like a light medium. It's got slightly higher pigment in it, so the formulation itself is very fluid, it's very watery, very lightweight, but the pigment payoff is a little bit more than you would get from, say, a tinted moisturiser. It is a natural finish, but if you are oily, you may not love it. It does say it suits most skin types. It doesn't say all skin types. It almost stays a little bit tacky on the skin, more than I would normally like. I'm just going to build up the coverage a little bit just through the centre here. When you wear a very smoky eye, if you go heavy skin, everything, when you get out in natural daylight, you just feel almost drag. It just feels really over the top. Whereas if you go quite well groomed on the skin, if we say, like pinpoint, spot conceal all the areas that you need so your skin looks nice and even, but still lightweight. When you wear that smoky eye, you won't feel so heavy, if that makes sense. This photo is really nice. And what I like is that I'm back on the retinols. If you followed my skincare journey ahead of my wedding, you'll know that I was using a lot of Zoe Skin retinols, which tend to make kind of certain areas of your face a little bit flaky, which can be really frustrating. And I had not so much a little break from it because I was still on tretinoin and hydroquinone for my melasma. I found with the tret, because it wasn't as high, it was kind of half the percentage of the retinol, that the flaking wasn't as bad. So I'm back on the retinol now. I'm getting a bit of dryness around my mouth and a little bit on my forehead, so this isn't picking that up, it's not making it look worse. So if you have dry skin, I think this will be quite good. And as I say, with oily skin, I just find I have to tame the shine through the centre, probably a little bit more than I do some other foundations, but I think because I love the finish of this, I could put up with that. I'm going to go in with the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer, and I'm going to mix these two shades together. I've got 2.7N and 4.1G. I'm going to put a little bit of Coconut Flakes, which is the lighter shade, just on the inner corner, just here. As I said, I tried this before and I really like this concealer. It's so nice. And because I don't want it to be too bright, because I feel like if you do a smoky eye, anything that's too bright almost looks stark in contrast. I'm going to take a little bit of this shade, which is closer to the shade of my foundation. That's going on the outer half here. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the coconut flake and just put a little bit in between. And then we can mix it. So use your sponge to press that into the inner corner first. And then use what's left to bring that down. Just get a nice brightening effect, but it's not too stark. And then use what's left on your sponge to work that over this area here. So you can also use what's left on your sponge, take it over your top lid. It will work as a nice sort of base for your eyeshadow. Use what's left just to press that over the centre, because there's always a little bit left in the sponge. Add more if you feel it's necessary. Got a little blemish just here. So I'm using the graham cracker shade. Americans say like graham. We say graham. But graham cracker doesn't sound right. Graham cracker. Graham cracker. I'm going to use 2 powders to set the skin. I'm going to try the new Nars Light Reflecting Loose Setting Powder in Crystal, which is the translucent. This also comes in 3 coloured shades. There's 4 shades available, translucence being one of them. So this is supposed to blur the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, imperfections, skin texture. So we will see how that works. It's microfine, like dust, which I really love because it means it'll be undetectable on the skin if you aren't too heavy-handed. So I'm going to use this down the centre of the face first. I'm going to use it on a puff. So really work that into the skin. Then we're going to use a press and roll motion. I mean, you can instantly see how that mattified that part of my face, which is really nice. The only thing is it goes on nice to begin with, but it's just, does it last? That's the difference. So we'll know this is a setting powder, not a finishing powder, so technically it should. So see this shiny section? Matte. Really nice. It is super microfine as well. I'm just going to use it to set around my face as well. I'm just going to use the Refa 30 brush to dust over that really gently, almost like a very soft patting motion to get rid of any excess. Yes, that looks really nice. But again, we just have to see how it lasts. As I said earlier, this is the tutorial I uploaded Thursday, so go and check it out if you want to see how to create the smoky eye. It's a 2-step and it's really easy. So we have done a super heavy smoky eye. We're now going to move back onto the skin. I'm going to take the Sosu contour stick. I have a discount code for this now, so if you guys want to try it, it's already very affordable, but if you guys want to try it, you can use my discount code, which is Shonagh15, and that will get you 15% off. I use the shade Cool, which I really love. I have set the skin, but I wasn't too particular around this bit, but we'll just see how it goes, because as long as you use a light hand, you can still work it in. Maybe we'll do it on the back of my hand first. So I'm going to use a stipple technique, and this is going to kind of be like a bronzer and contour in one. Let's take that around the hairline as well. I haven't done a look like this in so long, so I felt like it was definitely overdue. So just bounce between your sponge and your brush, so stippling it on and then blending it. Blends absolutely fine. If you purse your lips, you can taut that skin. It almost plumps the muscles in that area, so you can bounce along it. If you try it with just a completely relaxed face, it doesn't work the same. You have to just do that to tense your cheeks. Hence the stupid faces when you're doing that kind of makeup. I'm gonna add on some, bow freckles. Some across the nose to break up the complexion. Make it a bit more natural on the skin. This is just an old eyeliner pen that's sort of drying out, and it's lasted ages as a freckle pen. This eye on me is naturally heavier, so whenever I wear a smoky eye, it feels like this one's a lot heavier. Nothing I can really do about that. It's the anatomy and the getting old. I know I want to try. I've got the 2 new cream blushes from Huda Beauty. So this is the Toasted Tangerine and it's a cream, but it has got a ridge around it, so I wouldn't blend your brush straight onto it and put it on your face. It will take on that print and then that will print onto your face. So blend it onto the back of your hand first, then use it. So this is the Burning Cherry, which I think we should use because I think it will go with that nice smoky finish. I'm going to use the same brush that I just used on the face. So I'm going to stipple it into the Burning Cherry. Let's see how intense it comes out. Yeah, it's quite intense. So really blend that in onto the back of your hand first. You only really want like a wash left over. And then again, plump those cheeks. Put this on the back half of the cheek for a lifted look. Take your sponge, press that in. For lips, I'm going to use this Vive lipstick in the shade 90s. Let's give that a whirl. If you like to wear lip liner, go in with one first. Might put one on after. Okay, so it's nice, but it's a little bit too cool. Let's change that up. Let's try Praline from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Much better. A little bit warmer. But it's still kind of like browny, which works really well with the eye makeup. I'm going to use a tiny bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder just through the centre. I'm going to leave the cheeks glowy. I'm totally aware this will not be for everybody, but it is a little bit different, which I kind of like. Hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial, even if it's not one that you would necessarily wear yourself. I'm going to link all the products I've used, including the discount codes, in the description bar for you guys. Don't forget to come follow me outside of YouTube over on Instagram, where I'm most active, and I will see you again next week. Bye guys!